that should be. So discipline, it's part of the process to succeed. What you think that is the extra step that you need to succeed in business and in life, Alex?
I think one of the biggest things that nobody talks about is the ability to trust your gut, because it's interesting. You talk to a lot of successful business people and you stop the business BS talk. Like, don't talk about the normal things. Ask them how much they use their intuition and their gut in business. A very high percentage say that's the main way they make decisions, because sometimes you work so hard to you work so hard to make this business work. You work so hard to try to attract this girl you want to be your girlfriend. You try
Exactly.
so hard to make this career work, but there's just a wall there. And that wall means either we have to do something different or we have to trust our gut. Because, when I said this is discipline, this is this much of the game, the other half is the letting go, the surrender, is the sensitivity, is trusting your gut, is the smart way, is feeling what's not working and why it's not working. And I think you look at artists, musicians, all the innovators, all of them have felt internally there's something off here. I need to do something different. There's something wrong with this field, this industry. Like Apple, we need to innovate and do something differently. Or an
Exactly.
artist that decides to do a completely different type of painting or completely different type of music. That's why success is so hard to predict, because it's not just one thing, it's 1,000 things. And unless there's a way to track 1,000 factors, I don't think we ever will. And so it's so different for each person.
Okay. So I think I will agree completely with you. Intuition, it's the base of it. We should listen first to ourselves and after to the exterior world. Why do you think that in our society that is happening less and less? And if you have a solution.
Yeah, I think the big one is when humans feel lost in life, we do one of two things. If I'm confused and I'm like, what do I do with my life, my career? We always do. One thing is we conform. So we see what do mom and dad want? What does everybody in my city do for jobs? What do my friends do? Or we do the opposite, which is rebel. So we're like, screw you, mom. I'm going to China. Screw you. I'm not becoming an artist. I'm not going to become a lawyer. I'm going to become a painter. But almost nobody does the middle path, which is, well, what do you really want? What is your gut saying you want to do? Maybe you really do want to be a doctor, which is a normal conform job. That's okay. Maybe you really want to be an artist. That's okay. But the unconscious decision is, I just do what everyone else is doing, or I do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. But the conscious path is the middle, which is, what do I really want to be doing? So I think that's one thing. When we're confused, again, we still look externally instead of internally. The second thing is, the more information coming at you in your life, the harder it is to listen to yourself. And so I think that's why now you see the explosion of all these meditation apps, books on simplicity, Marie Kondo, tidying up.
Exactly.
It's because there's too much information and you can't even hear yourself internally, And the more you consume, the less it is, the harder it is to hear what you really want. And so the solution, I think, is you just have to get away and find some silence. The silence can be as simple as 2 hours in a coffee shop with a nice coffee, writing about your life. What do I really want? Or it can be a 3-week vision quest like I did. Or it can be walking the Camino de Santiago, whatever it is, finding some time for silence, which is just, you turn off everything outside and then you just sit and you're like, what do I really want in life? Maybe I don't want to I have a multi-million-dollar business where I work 80 hours a week. Maybe I really don't want that. So I think that's the big thing. And I think there's more external than ever before. And I think if you're not careful, you can easily forget how you feel.